Hi everyone, Kenzie Benali back again for our Goal of the Decade countdown. We're at goal number 30 and we really are at the business end of this countdown now. In this video, we'll be counting down from goals 30 to 21 and we're going to get started with this super strike from an unlikely source.
Will slot it through to Barnard, left side of the Ipswich penalty area. Nicely back to Mills, first time cross, headed away by Macaulay. That's falling for Wayne Thomas, crowd encourages shot. Thomas goes the goal! Oh! Screamer!
Oh my God. He was one of the players like me that was taking a lot of stick for not scoring a lot of goals. Never thought that he was a defender, obviously, but he had that technique on the half volley there was unbelievable. So as a defender, it's one to treasure for the rest of your life.
His celebration, he played it really cool, but I think the look on the faces of his teammates suggested that he's not hitting many of those in training very often. It was an absolute screamer, straight into the top corner. Wayne Thomas was a kind of a big, bulky defender in that real traditional sense of the word when Saints were down in the Championship as well. A real big bruiser type. So you weren't really expecting him to get forward and stick it in the top corner with the outside of his right foot from 25 yards. I think of all his time there, it's probably the most appealing and memorable moment of his entire career at Saints. I'm sure he probably is still watching that one back now.
When you have a job like mine, there are moments you always remember. You know, I will obviously be pleased that I've commentated on the fastest Premier League goal ever that Shane Long scored. You know, the 8-0 against Sunderland stands out. But that hat-trick, to commentate on the fastest hat-trick in the Premier League, it's just a great thing to say you've done.
Home sweet home for Southampton. 10 points from the last 12 are here, and they're on the course to make it 13 out of 50. Lovely 1-2 down the left-hand side, and Shane Long's away in behind the defence, edge of the penalty, squares it, Mane for a hat-trick! That's an unbelievable hat-trick to SADIO Mane! That's a hat-trick in 2.5 minutes for the Senegalese striker! That's got to be one of the quickest hat-tricks in Premier League history for SADIO Mane, if not the quickest.
To have a celebration like that when Villa came into it in good nick, and after just blowing them away to finish the game 6-1, but all Sadio's work, of course, and the finish for that goal is terrific. Just first time, looked up, hit it, opened his right foot up. Just a wonderful moment. And of course, that game, everybody who was there will always remember.
We certainly will remember it. What a moment when Sadio Mane scored the fastest hat-trick in Premier League history. Comment below and tell us if you were there for that amazing day. Now on to our next goal, and this bit of brilliance that earned Southampton a 1-0 win and all 3 points against Sheffield United in September 2019.
Now, poor pass from Sheffield United, and Adams has got the ball round Norwood. There's all sorts of yellow card going on there, but he's still going, DJENEPO. Oh, it's brilliant! Oh, what a goal! Moussa DJENEPO's done it again, out of nothing!
Moussa DJENEPO's goal at Sheffield United, just so exciting. Get your head down, take on players, beat them, you're like leaving them like almost lying on the floor. You're just skirting around them with such ease. And then an absolutely clinical, top draw finish. Just such an exciting player and such an exciting goal.
It was not easy, but I stay on my feet to take ball to dribbling and to make good finishing. And after I go to celebrate with a teammate, my teammate, before the game, I speak with Jan Valery. I tell him with this game I score, and after goal I go to celebrate with him, and I like to celebrate in front of Southampton fan because fun is a good fun.
Richard Chaplow over the top, Billy Sharp stayed onside, the flag stayed down. PUNCHEON now, a couple of little step-ups, PUNCHEON! Oh, what a goal!
Super talented, see it there in that goal, score them all day in training, along with putting everyone on on the backside regularly with his chops and whatnot, and more than capable of scoring goals like that. And it wasn't his only one. He obviously scored like that. So yeah, a couple of touches, bish bash, bosh, in it goes.
Off the thigh, little juggle, left foot volley. Do you know what I love about it? You know it's a good goal when the goalkeeper doesn't even bother diving. He just stands there and goes, actually, that's too good. I can't even get anywhere near that. Yeah, one of Jason's highlights in his Southampton career, without a doubt, alongside coming off the pitch to go to the toilet, probably.
I think the one thing is that when he actually made it onto the pitch and was really kind of focused on his game, he brought a lot to Saints in that period. He was technically very good. He could contribute goals. And just kind of as a character, he was quite a sort of pugnacious type of character, which I think was obviously part of the reason that he was in and out of favour so much. But when you see goals like the one against Stevenage, where he does the couple of like little sort of almost keepy-ups, and then just what looks like it could be a wild swinger of a volley that goes into the back of the stand, but in actual fact rockets into, you know, sort of dips into the top corner.
From this near side, the Serbian puts his hand up to signal. Plenty of movement in the box. Curls it in. Ospina stays on his line. It comes back out all the way to Clyne. Will he hit it? He will. Drills it! Oh my word! You do not see many of them in a season.
Well, that goal out of them all, that is what I call a humdinger. It's come out from a corner. It's been defended well. He's come from a full-back position, but rather deep. And he gets onto the ball, and just out of the blue, I remember that goal very well, he hit it, and it was like a cannonball coming out of the cannon, and it hit the back of the net before the goalkeeper moved. It was a tremendous, tremendous goal, but a goal that was just totally unexpected.
Right, Saints fans, 25 more goals to go. Which do you think will be the winning goal, and which goal has been your favourite? Right, let's continue the countdown then. Number 25 belongs to Tadanari Lee. This was his only league goal for Southampton, but it certainly was something special.
And feeds it forward to Cork, who's been energetic today. Cork hits a long ball forward, looking for Tadanari Lee, half cleared back to Lambert. Lambert prods it back to the Japanese international. Lee driving into, what a goal from Tadanari Lee!
I know what it's like to score a one and only goal, so and you know, mine was a header, but Tadanari Lee's, you know, finish there, that was absolutely incredible.
Tadanari Lee showed flashes of being a player that actually you would really want, but in the end it didn't quite happen, and the goal that he scored, I mean, it sort of kind of goes down in history as one of those sort of random I was there moments where, you know, he picks up the ball, left-footed, pings it into the opposite top corner, does the full celebration, and everybody's like, wow, this guy, I mean, wow, this is what he's got in the locker. And then it's like, well, we didn't really see much more of that.
In that one, he's got himself, shifted it onto his left, and that famous celebration. You know, no one knew where it was coming from, but he was just so happy after, because again, limited opportunities to make an impact. Came into a team midway through the season that's flying, and it's hard. I've been in there on the other side of it, and super important goals, really important.
Beat them in the League Cup, lost at home, lost away in the league by that late goal, and Mane trying to use his pace. Chesney's come a long way and he's not got there. Mane from the right, curls it! Oh, how's he done that?
He is one of those special players. He's become one of those special players. His ability today, we were lucky to have him for a few years at this club. Obviously, we saw what he could do for us, and now he does wonders for Liverpool.
That goal, if you saw somebody score that goal in Brazil, people would rave about it. They would say, he's going away from goal, he's on the dead ball line, he turns, there's nothing on, and he gambles, believes in himself, shows the ability, and whips the ball in. I actually believe he's going for that. The defender might have got a touch, but never mind. I still think that ball would have gone in. But to get to the byline, it's such an acute angle where you haven't really got support, and you take a gamble. The technique and the ability to deliver that was quite phenomenal.
Across comes Ewell to tackle him, back to Dixon, he dummies it to GULY to PRADO, he twists away from one, shoots on the turn! What a goal that is from the Brazilian!
GULY to PRADO. Well, we talk about cult heroes. I think that man falls very squarely into that category. A massive character around the club when he was at Saints. Just kind of an exciting, upbeat, irrepressible type of character.
GULY was an exotic signing, and that goal was an exotic goal. I mean, this sums him up really, doesn't it? A quick back heel past the player, turn and hit. It was a goal that really wasn't a League One style goal. It's a great strike, a clean strike, and if that had been in the Premier League, it would have been replayed many, many times. It's one of those goals lost in time really, because it was played in such a low-key game nationally.
I think it was under Holloway, wasn't it? And every game that we had against Holloway with Blackpool, we struggled, and that was like the first of many to come. We managed to get the better of them. I'm not sure we got the better of them again after that. So it just shows you what a scalp that was. And I think you can see on the replay, I've passed him the ball and I'm literally bending over, holding my knees because I am that shattered. And then to see him hit the top corner from that distance was a massive relief, because like I said, last couple of minutes, game over, you can relax a little bit. And it was a great moment for him, and it was, like I said, I think it settled that tie, it settled that game, which was brilliant.
But the ball's come out for Redmond on the inside left. Redmond drifting across the edge of the penalty area. Rodriguez will shoot on the turn, and a fantastic strike. Jay Rodriguez, he's back.
It's an unbelievable strike, man. Yeah, I think I just turned on the ball, just wanting to sort of get out of a tight situation. And as I've taken a touch, I think it's just a little bit too heavy. And I just saw the defender coming out, so I tried to poke it. But he's got there before me, and it's hit me in my dish. And then it's landed to J-Rod. And before I could even sort of lift my head up, he's hit it. And then I just saw it in the back of the net, and I was like, wow, what a strike. And I was thinking, I hope I get the assist, to be honest, after the game.
Wow, so many amazing goals that we're seeing on the show tonight. Some strikes there from Sadio Mane, J-Rod and GULY. Now, this next goal will be remembered not necessarily for the strike, but more for the occasion. This was arguably one of the biggest moments in the last decade when Southampton hosted Inter Milan at St Mary's. They were 1-0 down when this goal made the stadium erupt. Goal number 21 comes from Virgil van Dijk against Inter Milan.
Corner comes in again from the left. This one's dangerous. Headed up in the air by Icardi. Still in the penalty area. Across it goes to Romeo. Chips it off the crossbar. Van Dijk on the follow-up. Southampton equalise. And Van Dijk scores. The captain of the night.
A fantastic moment in the club's history, really, to have him to come and play here. You know, that was just a special time, and that all the fans that went out to Milan had such a brilliant time.
Both games against Inter Milan are two things that I really remember. The surreal nature of turning up at the San Siro, and you've covered Southampton Football Club all the way down through League One, and you've done your Hartlepool of the world, and now, wow, we're at the San Siro. And then Inter Milan coming into Southampton. I remember all the excitement around just their players, their team, their squad.
Such a giant in world football, European football, playing Inter Milan. And I remember the atmosphere in the ground that night was just absolutely electric, and disappointed to have gone a goal behind and obviously missing a penalty in the first half, but to show the character and resilience to come back into the game.
When the equaliser went in, there was a real sense of kind of relief, because I think there was beginning to become a feeling of this just isn't going to be our night, this isn't going to happen. And when you've had the big build-up there was to that game, I mean, there's so much hype around that fixture just because it was such a significant night, not just for the the football club, but for the city as a whole to be hosting something like that, there was kind of that feeling of, yeah, okay, the equaliser there, but Saints have played really well even up to that point. So I think there was a feeling that, okay, this is it now, we're going to go on and do this. And obviously Saints go on, get another goal, and it's just a magical night at St Mary's.
Oh, what a night that was. Now in our next video, we'll be beginning our top 20 countdown. Check it out by clicking the link.